those teams.
Tanzania and
we will
Zambia.
win.
Still talking of course, the tournament is in Tanzania, and let's go there. East Africa is poised for a monumental football extravaganza as Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania gears to host the 2025 Africa Nation Championship CHAN in February 2025 and the Africa Cup of Nations AFCON in 2027. However, despite CAF President Motsepe's assurance that the tournament will go on as scheduled, Kenya is lagging behind and is under pressure to have the Nyayo and Kasarani stadia ready in time. A stark contrast. Across the border, Tanzania is setting high standard with the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam and the Aman Stadium in Zanzibar already ready, while Uganda's Nelson Mandela Stadium in Amole is also ready for action. Steve Shitera explores how the region's neighbors are raising the bar ahead of CHAN 2025 and AFCON 2027 as East Africa's biggest economy, Kenya, lags behind.
Africa, CHAN 2025 and AFCON 2027.
This is Tanzania. This is Africa.
Tanzania is emerging as the leader among the trio of co-hosts Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. Tanzania has already met CAF's requirements, showcasing 2 world-class stadiums ready for the tournament. The 60,000-seater Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam stands ready, complemented by the 15,000-seater Man Stadium in Zanzibar. To solidify its position, Tanzania is constructing a brand new stadium in Arusha. And according to the Tanzania Sports Minister, Professor Palamagamba John Mwaluko, the country is ready with only 10% of work remaining.
Tanzania tumepata heshima kubwa, yani 2025. Sisi ni wenyeji wa mashindano gani? Na wauliza nyinyi waandishi wa habari. CHAN. Na mwaka 2027 AFCON. Yale vigezo na masharti yanayotakiwa na kanuni za nchi kuwa mwenyeji au kuwa mwenyeji wa CHAN yamekamilika na kuwa mwenyeji wa AFCON yamekamilika. Baki sasa kufunga umeme ni hizi taa zote hizi za uwanja ziko 352. Sasa wanataka wafunge umeme ili tuweze kuwasha.
Kwa mimi sina wasiwasi, naliombea taifa langu tufanye vizuri zaidi kwa ajili ya faida ya nchi, kujitangaza zaidi kimataifa.
Kwa kweli yuko vizuri na wanafanya vizuri na hakuna kipindi kilichokuwa kizuri kuliko vipindi vyote. Yaani toka enzi hizo, yani kuliko safari hii. Na mimi naamini kwa amani tuliokuwa nayo na kwa Tanzania sisi tutaongoza, yani kuliko hata hizi nchi zingine Kenya na Uganda. Sisi ni first. Bwana, sisi tuko namba 1.
Tanzania has strategically developed its sports infrastructure in key cities, including the coastal hubs of Zanzibar and Dar es Salaam, as well as Arusha, known for its tourism appeal. This approach aims at boosting the country's tourism numbers, leveraging on CHAN and AFCON tournaments to drive traffic. Meanwhile, Uganda is equally prepared with the 45,000-seater Nelson Mandela Stadium in Nambole and the 30,000-seater Nakivubo Stadium, both receiving CAF's nod for CHAN 2025. Notably, the Mandela Stadium served as Kenya's home ground during the 2025 AFCON qualifiers against Cameroon and Zimbabwe, a campaign where Kenya fell short. As Tanzania and Uganda position themselves as ready hosts, the clock is ticking for Kenya to prepare Kasarani and Nyayo stadiums ready for CHAN, set to kick off next month. CAF President Patrice Motsepe remains optimistic that Kenya will beat the deadline.
To deal with those challenges, and I'm confident the next time I'll be here in Kenya will be for the CHAN. There's 19 countries will be here from all over the continent. There'll be media from all over Africa. And African football is also watched all over the world. And we are going to have the most successful CHAN in the history of this competition.
Steve Shitera, Citizen Sports, Nairobi.
There's a story by Steve Shitera, and of course, Zita's coined a new name for him, Shabiki Ambassador. Anyway, I'll begin with you, Zita.
Yes.
Shitera did this story, and of course, The weighty issue here is, and what we are discussing off camera, December 30th deadline we were given. We didn't beat it. And of course, President Motsepe really wants Kenya to host this. Right now, it's just a matter of days because today is Jan 6th.
Yeah.
So basically, a matter of weeks before CAF.
25 days.
Yeah.
There's some rumors that maybe Chan will not be played in February, but it's not confirmed. I'm just saying it's rumors. But at the end of it, whether you like it or not, we are going to host Chan and we will host AFCON. So that is one thing that you need to put in your mind. At the end of it, I can see there's a little progress at Kasarani. Progress is there. You can even see from the pictures, even on social media, there's a lot of things that have been, it's been going. You can even see the Talanta progress. You can see even Nyayo Stadium, there's progress. Just give credit to it.
That's true,
Just
Zita,
give
but
credit.
the main thing I want you to address here is the issue. And let's not sugarcoat things and praise ourselves when we've done very badly. In 1996, we didn't host AFCON because our stadium wasn't ready. In 2018, that was the same case. This time round, it's actually because of the goodwill and the behind-the-scenes lobbying. Ideally, by now, our stadium should have been ready. The fact that we are lagging behind, and this is the third time, how does this paint us as a country?
Not good at the end of it, but again, you can see in 2018, as you've said,
2018, that was Chan.
2018, that was Chan, but again, it was a very different government that was there. You know, these are very different, again, management, a very different management from what you're talking about. But again, as I've said,
you see Zita is
I'm just saying.
No, Zita is becoming a politician.
Not a politician. Just say that there's progress from what you've been talking about 2019, but there's progress.
If you look at the composition...
Let's not be negative all the time.
If you look at the composition of the last regime and the composition of this regime, actually there is no difference. But let me come to your aid.
There's progress,
President William Ruto, if I were to rate him on what he has done in terms of sports, I was actually telling my editor, Lodrick Mayabi, we were discussing, we were not arguing, we were discussing. And I told him I would actually give him an A. Because if you look at the program...
You give President Ruto an A?
Then why? You're just saying what I'm saying.
I said...
There's progress.
You said an A.
Progress.
I said, let me come to your aid. Now, let me aid. I'll give him an A. Why? Moi Sports Center Kasarani under President Uhuru and Deputy President Ruto was closed for 4 years, 2017 to 2021. What were we given? What were we given? Jokes. Nyayo Stadium was closed down for renovations, I think in 2019 to 2021.
It's been closed three times.
What were we given? Jokes. In fact, we are making jokes here with Arocho that they, instead of improving, they went away with our scoreboard. There was no scoreboard. But under what is happening at this point at Kasarani, I will tell you the job that is going on there despite the deadlines, it's magnificent.
Thank you.
Because the seats previously were put on concrete. It's being done professionally now to fit FIFA standards. The whole surface has been redone. The lights, the canopy. You see, as we speak now, I was talking to the contractor who is doing Nyayo Stadium. And he told me that Nyayo Stadium might be handed over in the next like 5 days. Because even as we speak, it's not easy to access Nyayo and Kasarani because it's under the KDF supervision. So you need to get permission to access. But whatever is going on at Nyayo and Kasarani, as Zita says, it's a good job.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the unfortunate bit is that we are not able to work with the timelines that we are given. So the problem with that is we will not give the quality that we were supposed to give had we adhered to the deadlines. But if you compare what President Ruto is doing now and what was done by President Uhuru Kenyatta then, I will give President Ruto an A.
What about Talanta?
In terms of infrastructure. Talanta is coming up very well. From scratch. I will give it a good observation, a good job. At the end of the day, when we finish Kasarani and Talanta. Leave alone Nyayo. Nyayo will not host AFCON because of how it's set up. It will be Talanta and Kasarani. I think we will have 2 world-class stadia. And I will request the president to put up another world-class stadium outside Nairobi. I was with him in Mumias when he was talking about Buhungu Stadium.
Which is a shame.
Which is a shame, but I was told why Buhungu Stadium took some steps back is that the contractor now put in the designs of Kasarani, because it's designed to go 3 floors
but that means you pull down the entire thing.
That's what they are doing. And that is what the contractor was explaining to the president. Why we are delaying is because we changed the design. So if we put up,
we'll answer Randy to come in.
Let's
real
not
quick.
forget about police circle.
If we put up, leave alone police circle.
That's a training
if we put up Talanta Stadium, Kasarani, and Buhungu Stadium, we can actually say that in the next like 10 to 20 years, we can host AFCON.
20, I'll be a retiree. I'll be a retiree. Randy, real quick, the problem I have with the Shitera statement is, when you say the president scores an A, that means there's no room for improvement. I think there's still a lot of things to
like you've rated him where he's like he's
compared to the previous.
Okay, what I'll say is we'll host CHAN, yes. But in the process, according to me, as the tournament goes on, we'll be seeing some emerging issues as far as that field is concerned. Because the way we are hurrying it up and the timeline that we've been having, when were we first given the rights to host CHAN? We've been having a couple of time to do that. But then when you give President Ruto an A, yet we've been having time. We only saw the other days when a multi-agency team was set up to now overlook the progress of the construction and renovations of these stadia. But what I think is, as the tournament goes on, I'm sure we'll be having some troubles as far as Kasarani is concerned.
There'll be no trouble because Kasarani is not being built from scratch.
It's just
Kasarani is an improvement of an infrastructure that has already been there. If we are talking of Talanta, I would agree, but Talanta has its own time frame.
There's a time that
and it's going on.
But you know, there's also a problem when you tear things down and then you start. You start rebuild. Okay, it's not really rebuilding, but renovating. But it also includes tearing things down. But like now, tearing the whole playing ground down, and then
you remember the first surface was put, and CAF said that it's not up to standard. The grass was uprooted, and the right grass and the recommended grass was planted. And that is what you are seeing at Kasarani.
Actually,
that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's difficult to access Kasarani because of the military supervision.
That's true.
But if you got time and accessed Kasarani, you will actually feel the difference.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen,
let's hope so.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the work going on at Kasarani, at Nyayo, and Sport City, Talanta Sport City, I hope it's going to meet the international criteria or standards. And when we talk of international here, in East Africa, as at now, there's only one international stadium.
Benjamin Mkapa?
No. The one in Kigali. The refurbished Amahoro Stadium.
Remember, you used the right word. Refurbished. What is going on with Kasarani?
Yeah, thorough work has gone on there. Remember, those who are doubting Thomases, we have to understand where they're coming from. As a country, we've been a joke for far too long.
Yeah.
So for now, the benefit of the doubt is, if Kasarani is completed, let them present to the Kenyan public a thoroughly done job, not the joke we've seen year in, year
before.
Out. Yeah, because if we had the stadium in Kisumu, Mamboleo, which of course we ran in our bulletin the other day, which we are calling it international.
Wanguru Stadium.
We have Kirigiti, we are calling international.
But doesn't meet.
But they don't have even the basic of things, including numbered seats and what.
By the way, for your information, do you know Tanzania has another stadium in Dar es Salaam, Uhuru Stadium.
Yes.
Complete. We did not even mention
Actually, Uhuru is just next to.
Yeah, so they have Uhuru
Benjamin
Stadium,
Mkapa.
they have Benjamin Mkapa, and they have a Man Stadium. They are doing a new stadium in Arusha. They are renovating the CCM Kirumba Stadium. So they'll have 5.
It's a good job.
Let's believe
and of course,
Kenyans will be
their
there.
President, Madam Suluhu, good job. And of course, back here home, we hope as the biggest economy in this region, will rise up and claim our rightful place. And of course, talking of stadia, the next 2 episodes here on Sporty Monday, we're gonna review the state of all these stadia. So make a date with us here every Monday as we head to CHAN 2025. And of course, to the question of the day, before we take a brief commercial break, we're asking you, what memories do you have of our fallen volleyball icon, Janet Wanja Mungai, who was interred at the weekend? Talk to us. We want to hear your thoughts on that and probably your expectation, what should be done. We will be sampling that after the break. But now, Sporty Monday takes a brief commercial break. When we return, we look at the troubles of Zita's Manchester United. When they should have won against Liverpool, Maguire just skied it off. But anyway, see you shortly. Don't touch that remote. Much more lined up.